Hey, what's up, dude? Here is the tutorial for how to make the HTML email that I sent you, and customize it with your own graphics. Okay, so I'll email you this file here. It is the stationery package from from the Apple Mail program that uses this different stationery templates. This one is one that you can edit and customize for yourself and then place into a custom folder so that it displays in your new emails, so you can use it as a template. Okay, so what you will need to make sure that you have is go ahead and download Dreamweaver from your Adobe Creative Suite and make sure you have that set up, because you're going to use Dreamweaver to to customize this document. Okay, um, I'm assuming you don't know HTML. If you do, then you can use any text editor and make the changes that way. But I'm not a big expert in HTML, and so this is the simplest way that I can think of to make these changes. Okay, so anyway, if you have Dreamweaver, this is what I suggest using. That's what I suggest using. So this full file here, you just right click it and you're going to see this option, show package contents. Go ahead and open that up. It's going to give you this folder. This shows you what's inside there, and it consists of three files. One is an HTML file, you have a plist, and you have a TIFF. This would be the thumbnail that is displayed in your stationery menu. See, all these are these images are this image in each folder. Okay, so if you want to have your email displayed this way, great. Just edit this in Photoshop, take a screenshot of your email, use that in Photoshop and just make it this, you within this, and then save it off and put it back in here, and you'll get that display when you're ready. Okay, if not, if you don't care, like I don't care, honestly, I'm the only one that uses it, doesn't matter, I just left it blank. Okay, so that's what that is. So, but mainly what you're going to be using is this HTML file. That's what you're going to be using to create your custom or customize this to your liking. So go ahead and open this up in Dreamweaver. And actually, I already have it open, so I'll just go there. So you open it up in Dreamweaver. And the reason I like Dreamweaver is because I'm not an expert in HTML. So this makes it a lot easier for like a bonehead like me to make edits. Okay, because instead of having to sift through all of this and find what I'm looking for, I just click on what I'm looking for and it highlights that section of text for me. Okay, so like right here, title, it shows up. There it is. Okay, image, there it is, right there. This text, it shows me where all those things are, so I can make those changes within here. So anyway, to customize this for yourself, you're gonna want to create your own graphics. For instance, I have let's see, I have this one. The source of it is actually in my MailChimp account. I use it in an email. And you can see here, if you zoom in, the dimensions are 206 by 31 pixels. So it's not a very big image. You don't need it, and of course that's 72 dpi, and so you don't need anything really big. In fact, this GIF that I created, it's only 800 wide. So you don't need a lot. You want to keep your image files relatively small because they do have to get downloaded by whoever's viewing this email. Okay, so make sure they're small. You're not causing major problems to people who are receiving your email. Okay, so anyway, so you create that, you create your logo, you create your graphic, whatever's going to go there, and you put it. And I suggest you use a PNG because the background, of course, can be transparent. Because as you can see, this it's above a little gray area. And so you don't want to have like a white box or whatever. You want to look pro. So you make it as a PNG with a transparent background. Okay. Um, and so you create that, and then what you'll need to do is have Rod host these on the website server, and then provide you with the URL for that image. Okay. And so, like for instance, this one, I just loaded it into the media library on my website, and then I took the URL from that. Not using it on my website, but it's on my server, and so since it's on my server, it has a URL. So I just used that to add it to this document. So what you do is once you have it hosted on a server and you have a URL for it, you copy that URL, and then you come to this section of code where it's displayed, and you'll see it says image bracket image, or IMG stands for image, and it gives just all the parameters for that, centered, all the different things that the mail program needs to know how to display it. But you'll see here it says SRC stands for source. That's going to be where you put your URL. So it says SRC =, quotation mark, and at the end of it there's another quotation mark. So to put your own image in here, you'll just, starting behind the first quotation mark, you'll highlight the whole image URL and paste in your new image URL, okay, between the quotation marks, okay? And once you do that, once you hit paste, and then you come over here and click, your image should appear. It may take a second, but it should appear there, okay? But that's how you add your image. You shouldn't need to change any of these stylings here as far as your parameters and stuff. As long as you make a similar size image, you'll be fine, okay? So then you come here, if you want to, I just have it say generic title, so because you can, once you open this in your mail program, you can edit it. So if you can put literally whatever you want there. So a generic title there, of course, is going to be fine, okay? But so you just basically you highlight that word, and then you find it. You can see it here within your code, and as long just make sure you stay within those brackets, and you'll be fine. Okay, but you can write whatever you want. Okay, then we come to this image, same as the other one. Image, align center, blah blah. Find the source, and then highlight between the quotation marks, and drop in the URL for that image. Okay, and again, this is the ratio for this is the same as a 1920 by 1080. In fact, when I created this, I created it as a 1920 by 1080. But when I saved it, before I saved it, I changed the image size to 800 pixels across, and of course, it kept the ratio, but the max width was 800 pixels. Okay, so what you're looking at here, though, on your document, it's not 800 pixels wide. It is a image that was created at 800 pixels, so that would be plenty for an email like this. Okay, and that's important because you don't want to have too big of image files cause lag with the person you're sending the email to. Okay, but you paste the URL within that section. Okay, this is all dummy text for the most part. I suggest leaving it there because, like I said, you edit it within the mail program, but this just gives you an insight into what it will look like. Here's a secondary text box. You have a header here. You have the body text here. Again, no real need, as far as I can tell, to change that because you're going to be editing that within the email itself. Okay. Down here is your footer. You have a few. You have a few icons. These are social media icons, and basically you change. These are at this point they're pointing to my, my stuff, but you change them by clicking on the icon and then um, finding the URL so it's a URL reference. So what it is that's an icon that you place a link onto, so that when they click it, it takes you to, in this case, Facebook, to your Facebook page. And so, see, I've clicked on the icon, and here you can see this is the icon image, right? Image, IMG. But right above it, you have this this href, and it's just talking about a reference. And this is going to be where you put your Facebook URL. And so same as the image, within the quotation marks, you paste in your Facebook URL. Same thing for Instagram, Twitter, your website. Okay, same thing. Works exactly the same way. Down here, I have some unsubscribe stuff, and it's the same idea. I created a page on my website that they can go to and unsubscribe if they don't want to get my email. And so you can see I highlighted the text of it, but right above it is that href, and that's where I placed the URL for my opt-out page. Okay, so I don't know how you guys would handle that, or if you don't want it, you can just erase that whole section, just delete it, and it'll go away. Okay, but if you're going to be sending these out bulk, it's probably good practice to have an opt-out option. Okay, but that's basically how it works. Pretty simple. It's just a matter of finding the stuff and making those quick little changes. Once you're done, go ahead and save that. I'm going to hit not save because I made some changes I don't want to save. So you're going to save that, and it's going to save itself right into that package. Okay, there it is. So once you have that done, then you go to your user. So you go to your user. In my case, it's Brian. Whatever. Yours probably says Sean. I don't know. So then you go to library from. Oh, you know what? Actually, I have a video on how to install that, and I'll just send that to you as well. All right, so that's it. Hopefully that made sense and it wasn't too lame. Good luck, bud. Bye.